Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Wartrain here. If you're new here, please subscribe and click that notification bell down below so you can get notified of all my new videos. And if you enjoy this video, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it and you'd help out my channel. And with that said, guys, we have just got another leak for the Nintendo Switch Mini. This console has got leaks everywhere sprouting as of lately. First, we had Hansan out of China, a manufacturer of game cases and accessories, leak out a Nintendo Switch mini case, basically showing a mock up design and what their case would look like, a mock up of that as well, because that's what they do. They sell game cases. I made a video on that, so if you haven't seen it, go check that out. But we have a new leak out of Europe, the Game of Spain, which the Game is actually a European game company, kind of like GameStop in the US, but in Europe. So the Game put out the picture that you're actually seeing here, showing not one leak this time, but multiple accessories leaking. And just like the Hansan of China, they had a cease and desist and had to take their photos down off of the internet. So this is not up anymore, but that's the thing about the internet, it doesn't forget. So I was able to pull these pictures up and you can see the different things here. It pretty much seems like a Switch Mini transparent game case and a Switch Mini protector. So it looks like they had the works for this thing. I'm sure maybe I don't know if this is the same other stuff here and just kind of in another language. Well, it looks to be another language, English and whatever this other language is, Spanish or Italian. I don't know. I don't know other languages. So, but yeah, we got the Switch Mini pack, the Switch Mini protector, and the Switch Mini transparent game case. So that's three different things in English here. It doesn't show a price. These are placeholders. So they're basically just putting out the spots where they're eventually gonna get this stuff because let's face it, they get the info before all of us do because they got to stock this stuff in their stores. So, or they got to make this stuff. So you have a manufacturer of game cases that leaks out concepts and says they're getting ready for it. And you have this place, the Game, which is the equivalent of a GameStop, basically putting out these placeholder pictures, getting ready for a Switch Mini. So there's a lot of fire here. There's so much fire on the Switch Mini that we're getting burned. We are going to get burned up. I can't wait for this thing to come out. Even though I already have two Nintendo Switches, I do have room for a Nintendo Switch Mini because I know it's going to be cool. It's going to be something that is very easily portable, something that I could take to work and don't have to worry as much about damaging my regular Switch. Because I do play my Switch at work on all my breaks. It's just some of the only times I get to put some time in on some of these games that I love to play so much. So it's definitely exciting. I mean, figure this thing's coming out. Nintendo is probably going to release it, I believe, by September, if not in September or before. They got a great great games lineup coming out this rest of the year. In September, they have The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening remade, and the game looks awesome. It was an original handheld game for the Game Boy. They're redoing it. It looks great. I believe that'd be the perfect game to release this thing alongside of. I mean, let's face it. What would be better than having an original Game Boy classic come out with a reiteration of the Nintendo Switch Mini being a pretty much just main staple handheld console. I mean, it's going to be a handheld, but I believe this is just speculation that it will be dockable still, but will not come with the dock. And they're going to lose some features. You won't have detachable Joy-Cons anymore. I believe you'll still be able to hook Joy-Cons up to it if you want through Bluetooth or probably a Pro controller or whatever. But I believe this thing will have just controllers fixed on it. It will lose the HD rumble and it will lose the dock. It may lose some other features, but from all rumors and just common sense, that seems to be like this to me the smartest idea of what this thing will be. Because it's basically replacing the Nintendo 3DS, which is not having new games made for it anymore by Nintendo. So they're all in on the Nintendo Switch. So this is something that is going to happen. I believe it's going to be a price point of like $199.99, which would be $100 cheaper than the Nintendo Switch that we already have, which is good for people that have multiple kids that, maybe they don't want to buy a full price Nintendo Switch. It's something they can make a little more durable and not feel as bad as if it does take a beating. Because let's face it, that other $100 can mean a lot to some people. Some people don't have a lot of money laying around to pay $300 for a console. So $200 sounds a lot better. And maybe they have multiple kids that both want one, or more kids that want a Nintendo Switch. It's much easier to buy multiples when they're cheaper. And you could also buy one and a game, maybe probably two or three games for the price of just one Nintendo Switch. So this is definitely something I believe Nintendo is going to be pushing soon. You got, the games like I said, Link's Awakening coming out in September. You have, I don't think there's a release date yet for Luigi's Mansion, probably coming out around Halloween. You have Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is a game that they had a lot of iterations on the 3DS. It has made home console appearances before, but recently it's been a 3DS only kind of game. So it's a game known to be on handhelds. Then you have games like Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out in, I believe, October or November on those, but still, same thing. They were handheld mostly games. You pretty much just see them on 3DS or originated on Game Boy or whatever. So it'd just be great. A lot of people are going to be wanting to pick up those like games like the new Pokemon, and what better thing to have something that's more of a handheld for those type of gamers, because they need to fill that void. And with the sales of the 3DS kind of waning, especially with the lack of support from Nintendo lately, they need to bump up some money somewhere else. So what better way than the console, the Switch, that's booming, to just have a cheaper version or one that's mostly just a handheld. I still believe you'll be able to switch it to a home console mode, but it won't come with the dock, so that'll be an accessory sold separately. So it's kind of smart because they could actually make more money off the Mini than the standard Nintendo Switch. So pretty awesome stuff. I mean, the Nintendo Switch Mini has been talked about by the Wall Street Journal several times. They've done reports on that, and not only the mini console, but also a stronger Nintendo Switch Pro. Everyone's been calling it, but there's been rumors of the Switch Mini and the Switch Pro for well over a year and a half now. But it wasn't till as of maybe like the last 6 to 8 months that things really been heating up, and you've been hearing a lot from the Wall Street Journal. They've pretty much, talked to sources that confirmed to them that these consoles are already in production. So when are we going to see them? I don't know exactly, but I would have to say that just like Nintendo, usually what they do is they announce one of these, whatever system it is, very close to the time they release it. And they're not going to just announce it and wait 6 months and release it that long, because they don't want to lose sales on their current Nintendo Switch, because that thing is selling like crazy. And when they announce this thing, they'll probably launch it a month later, probably tops. So it's exciting times for Nintendo fans, gamers, and fans of handhelds, or people that have been waiting to get one of these but don't want to spend $300. Maybe you've been waiting for a price drop. This is finally going to be a time coming soon for you to pick up your Nintendo Switch. And the library of games keeps growing, and they have some of the greatest games. You got games like Breath of the Wild, and we just had Breath of the Wild 2 announced that they're in production of a new one. We don't know when that's coming out, next year maybe, or the following year, but still, exciting times for Nintendo fans, Switch fans, and people that own this console and want to pick it up. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Nintendo Switch Mini? Are you going to pick one of these things up when they're announced? And when do you think they'll announce it? Do you think it's coming any day now? Or do you think they're still going to hang on another 3 to 6 months? Let me know. I really would love to hear what you guys think. But do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And click that notification bell down below to get notified of all my new videos. And give me a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. But that's it, guys. That's the video. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one.